Object Pokemon are a unique and fascinating category within the Pokemon world, characterized by their designs that resemble inanimate objects or tools found in everyday life. Let's see if they can conquer a Hardcore Nuzlocke challenge in Pokémon Sun version. The rules are displayed on the screen, and as an extra twist, Z-moves are permanently banned. Run begins in the schoolyard where we catch a Magnemite named Raiden. Raiden easily defeats every kid in the school until we're called by Teacher Emily. Teacher Emily sends out her Magnemite and I summon Raiden to the battlefield. With no effective moves against it, Raiden starts the fight with Supersonic, while Magnemite responds with Thundershock. Raiden follows up with a Thundershock, but Magnemite shakes off the confusion and counters with another Thundershock. Raiden uses Supersonic again, causing Magnemite to hit itself. After an exchange of Thundershocks over the next few turns, one final Thundershock from Raiden takes down Magnemite. Next, Meowth enters the battle and lands a bite, but Raiden retaliates with Thundershock. Another bite leaves Raiden with just 1 HP. Nah, you know what's next. At this point, Teacher Emily is known as the Generation 7 Run Killer. Back in the schoolyard, we catch an Alolan Grimer and name him Sundowner. Inside the school, we pick up a quick law from this blonde girl. The bell rings again, summoning us back to Teacher Emily. Sundowner faces off Magnemite. Magnemite outspeeds with a Thundershock, but Sundowner retaliates with a bite, bringing Magnemite down to the yellow. The Quick Claw activates, allowing Sundowner to strike first with another bite, finishing off Magnemite. Next up is Meowth. Meowth starts with Scratch, and Sundowner responds using Harden. Meowth follows up with a bite, while Sundowner counters with Poison Gas. The Quick Claw activates again, letting Sundowner land a Pound, while Meowth goes for another Scratch. After one more Scratch, a final Pound drops Meowth to the red, and the lingering poison finishes it off. We say our farewells at the school and head into Hau'oli City. Time for a quick selfie. And let's not forget our next encounter, a Magnemite, which I name Raiden once again. Pink Hair Ilima challenges us to a battle. He sends out Yungoos and I choose Raiden. Raiden starts the battle with a Thunder Wave, while Yungoos responds with Leer. Ilima uses a full heal and Raiden counters with Thundershock. After another Thundershock from Raiden and a Leer from Yungoos, Ilima uses a potion. And another Thundershock from Raiden. Yungoos finally fights back with Pursuit, but one last Thundershock knocks out Yungoos. Next up is Smeargle, who outspeeds Raiden and hits with Ember, bringing Raiden to yellow HP. Raiden paralyzes Smeargle with Thunder Wave. I switch to Sundowner, who gets hit by another Ember. Despite being paralyzed, Smeargle outspeeds and lands a tackle, while Sundowner responds with a bite. Another tackle nearly takes Sundowner down, but one final bite defeats Smeargle. In the Hau'oli Cemetery, I unlock at least 10 Poke QR codes to catch a Litwick, a candle Pokemon. I caught it and named him Monsoon. We then met Ilima again to begin our first trial, where we had to take down a Yungoos. Along the way, we also defeated a Team Skull Grunt. Thanks to Team Skull's interference, we managed to defeat the final Pokemon that looks similar to the US President. Giant Gumshoos leaps down to stop us from taking the Z Crystal. We challenged Totem Gumshoos and I sent out Sundowner. Totem Gumshoos starts with Leer while Sundowner uses Poison Gas, but a Pecha Berry cures the poison. Totem Gumshoos then summons an ally Pokemon, another Leer from Totem Gumshoos and a tackle from the Yungoos. Sundowner retaliates with another Poison Gas, successfully poisoning both Pokemon. I then switch to Raiden. Totem Gumshoos uses Leer, and Yungoos hits with a tackle. Raiden takes down an ally Pokemon with a Thundershock, while Totem Gumshoos counters with Scary Face. Totem Gumshoos then strikes with Bite, triggering Raiden's Oran Berry, and Raiden responds with another Thundershock. After one more bite from Totem Gumshoos, a final Thundershock from Raiden secures our victory, winning us our first Totem fight. Ilima demonstrates us a dance on how to use the Z Crystal. Our next encounter is a Cottony, which we named Jetstream Sam. Jetstream Sam has the awesome ability Prankster, allowing him to move first when using non-attacking moves. By the way, doesn't Cosmog also resembles a cotton ball or something similar? Showdown begins as Hao sends out Pikachu and I send out Jetstream Sam. Pikachu outspeeds with Quick Attack while I set up Leech Seed. Sam uses Growth and Pikachu responds with Growl. Another Growth from Sam followed by another Growl from Pikachu. Sam continues to boost with Growth and Pikachu hits with another Quick Attack. With his boosted stats, Sam easily demolishes both Pikachu and Poplio with just Absorb. We step into the ring to face Kahuna Hala and his fighting types. Mankey is sent out and I respond with Jetstream Sam. Sam starts the fight with Leech Seed while Mankey counters with Karate Chop. The next few turns are spent with Sam using growth repeatedly, while Mankey continues with Karate Chop. Once Sam has maxed out his stats, he finished Mankey with a powerful Mega Drain. Makuhita comes out and starts with a Fake Out. Sam follows up with the Mega Drain to heal, but Makuhita responds with Sand Attack. One last Fairy Wind takes down Makuhita. Hala's ace Pokemon, Brawler, enters the battle. Brawler dodges a Fairy Wind and retaliates with all-out pummeling. Despite the heavy hit, Sam lands a one-hit KO Fairy Wind, securing our victory in the battle. Hala demonstrates a few punches to show how to use the Z Crystal, which we won't be using anyway. The previously angry Tauros now lets us ride it, thanks to this ride pager. Returning to Verdant Cavern, we picked up TM for Thief. On the side of Route 1, we catch a Bonsly and name him Gemini. We also managed to steal leftovers from a Munchlax, a guarantee snag. Inside the cave of 10 Carat Hill, we caught a Roggenrola and named her Doctor. Outside of 10 Carat Hill, we encounter a sparkling Carbink, which we named Mistral. With a level cap of 27, we can teach Mimic to Gemini, allowing him to evolve into a Sudowoodo. Now let's set sail to Akala Island. It's crazy that we can't use Rotom Dex in battle. One of the dorks from Kalos, Dexio, challenges us to a Pokemon battle. Dexio's first Pokemon is Slowpoke and I set out Sundowner. Sundowner strikes with Bite, triggering Poison Touch and causing Slowpoke to flinch. One more bite took care of it. Next is Espeon, which starts with a quick attack. Sundowner responds with a bite, bringing Espeon down to yellow HP. Another quick attack and a bite to end the fight. In Tagalog, Paa means foot. Round 2 begins with Pikachu facing off against Jetstream Sam. I used the same strategy as in the first battle, easily defeating both Pikachu and Bryon. Inside this scorching hallway, a Magmar suddenly spits out a quick ball. Good thing it didn't choke on it. Thanks to the green-haired girl, we can now sniff out hidden objects with Stoutland. Are these two considered objects? One looks like a balloon and the other looks like an egg. We meet with Hao and a blonde guy who just beats him, and now he sets his eyes on us. The fight begins with Zubat facing off against Gemini. Zubat outspeeds with Bite, but it only takes one rock throw from Gemini to defeat it. Next up is Gladion's ace, Type Null. Type Null uses Pursuit and Gemini responds with a low kick, bringing it down to yellow HP. On the next turn, another Pursuit from Type Null, followed by one final low kick from Gemini, defeating the Edgelord. For our next trial, we need to take down this Wishiwashi. Captain Lana tricks us into thinking there's a Kyogre in the area, leading us to the Totem Pokemon, the self-proclaimed Lord of the Ocean, Totem Wishiwashi. Totem Wishiwashi starts by boosting its defense, so I send out Jetstream Sam. Sam uses Leech Seed while Totem Wishiwashi counters with Soak. It then summons an ally Wishiwashi. I stick with the growth strategy while Wishiwashi uses Aqua Ring and Totem Wishiwashi goes for Growl. Wishiwashi then uses Helping Hand, boosting the power of its water gun, which hits Sam hard. It also sends Sam to the yellow. Sam stalls with Protect, but both Wishiwashi only use non-attacking moves. Leech Seed brings the Totem Wishiwashi down to yellow health, allowing it to eat its citrus berry. Next, Wishiwashi uses another Helping Hand, and Sam takes down the ally Wishiwashi with a stab super effective Mega Drain. Totem Wishiwashi fires back with Water Gun, pushing Sam into the yellow. The Totem Pokemon then calls a new ally, an Alomomola. Sam targets Alomomola with a Mega Drain, but it's not enough. Alomomola uses Healing Pulse, restoring Totem Wishiwashi to full health, followed by a Water Gun from Totem Wishiwashi. Sam brings Alomomola into the red with another Mega Drain. Totem Wishiwashi attacks with another Water Gun. Sam retaliates with a Mega Drain, and Totem Wishiwashi responds with yet another Water Gun. One more Mega Drain brings Totem Wishiwashi into the red, and with the help of Leech Seed, the Totem Pokemon is finally defeated. The only trainer I know with a red Gyarados is Lance. We meet with Hapu and Hermansdale, who confronts Team Skull. After saying our farewells, we enter the Royal Avenue. We participated in a fatal 4-way battle which Gladion lost. Just look at the loser pretending to be cool. For our next trial, we need to spot the difference in their dance. Got the wrong answer, so the Marowak attacked, landing a super effective Bone Club on Gemini. Another issue with this trial is that you can't rest between challenges. I got the next answer right, but the Marowak attacked again, thankfully no damage this time. In the second dance, a trainer appears and sends out a Magmar, who hits Gemini with a Faint Attack. Finally, the third dance introduces us to the Totem Pokemon, Totem Salazzle. Totem Salazzle boosts its special defense as I send out Gemini, who's already been damaged by the previous Pokemons. Totem Salazzle goes for Toxic, but Gemini manages to land a stab super effective Rock Throw, bringing Totem Salazzle down to yellow HP. Totem Salazzle then calls for an ally Salandit. On the next turn, Totem Salazzle uses Venom Drench, lowering Gemini's attack, while Salandit uses Taunt. Despite this, Gemini brings Totem Salazzle into the red with another Rock Throw. Totem Salazzle uses another Venom Drench, and Salandit hits with Venoshock. But one final Rock Throw from Gemini defeats Totem Salazzle. I then switch to my wall Pokemon, Mistral. It only takes 2 Smackdown to defeat the lizard, securing our victory. We also unlock the ability to fly thanks to Kiawe giving us a Charizard Pager. After defeating the third trial, we've now unlocked the Adrenaline Orb in the item store. This item allows us to SOS chain Pokemon, providing the opportunity for EV training. The last trial of the island begins as we sniff out some ingredients to make a soup. We got all the ingredients, so it's time to mix them together. The smell of the soup calls out the next Totem Pokemon, Totem Lurantis. Totem Lurantis boosts its speed, and I call out Monsoon. Totem Lurantis uses Razor Leaf, while Monsoon counters with a stab super effective Flame Burst, bringing Lurantis down to yellow health as Castform appears. Totem Lurantis then uses Synthesis to heal, and Castform sets up Sunny Day. Thanks to the sun, Monsoon's Flame Burst is now stronger, but still not enough to KO Totem Lurantis. Lurantis uses another Synthesis, and Castform hits Monsoon with a super effective Water Gun. But the damage is reduced thanks to Sunny Day. Monsoon hits Lurantis with another Flame Burst, but it's still not enough. This process repeats over the next few turns, with Monsoon reaching yellow HP, and activates his Citrus Berry. Finally, Monsoon's Flame Burst is powerful enough to knock out Totem Lurantis. Castform outspeeds with Water Gun, and Monsoon responds with Nightshade, bringing Castform to the yellow just as Sunny Day ends. I then switch to Gemini, who takes a hit from Water Gun. Another Water Gun, Gemini is left at 18 HP, but one final low kick defeats Castform, winning us the fight. Professor Kukui shows up and gave us a move that I never used in my entire life. Inside the Diglett cave, we found Olivia and Hao as well. We team up with Hao to defeat Team Skull. At Coney Town, I wanted to catch this Probopass, but sadly it is owned by Olivia, the Queen of Alola. Shame! This guy in white wants us to catch a monkey. Sorry, but we will not catch any animal Pokemon. It's Plumeria versus Nolan. Plumeria sends out Golbat, and I choose Raiden. Golbat outspeeds with Confuse Ray, but Raiden is holding a Persim Berry, allowing him to shake off the confusion and land a Thundershock. Golbat tries to Confuse Ray again, and this time Raiden hits himself in confusion. Despite Golbat's quad-resistant Air Cutter, Raiden manages to deliver another Thundershock, defeating Golbat. Next up is Salandit, so I switch to Gemini, who get hit by Flame Burst. After another Flame Burst, Gemini responds with a Rock Tomb, ending the fight. We encounter Lily and Professor Burnett, who is Professor Kukui's wife. Then Olivia steps out, and it's time for us to challenge her in the second Grand Trial. The battle begins with Olivia sending out Nosepass and me sending out Jetstream Sam. Sam starts with Giga Drain, while Nosepass counters with Thunder Wave, but Sam is ready with a Cherry Berry to cure the paralysis. Sam goes for Leech Seed, and Nosepass proceeds with Thunder Wave. Nosepass follows up with Rock Slide as Sam remains paralyzed. Another Rock Slide hits, but Sam manages to use Growth. Despite the paralysis, Sam strikes back with Giga Drain, dealing significant damage to Nosepass. Next up is Boldore. Sam lands a Leech Seed, but Boldore retaliates with a Headbutt. Sam brings Boldore down to the red with Giga Drain, but Boldore hits back with the Headbutt. Olivia uses a Super Potion, but one final Giga Drain from Sam defeats Boldore. Olivia's ace, Lycanroc in its Midnight form, enters the battle. Sam lands a Leech Seed, but Lycanroc drops Sam to yellow health with Rock Throw. Anticipating a Z move, I switch to Mistral, but Lycanroc uses Rock Throw instead. Mistral uses Protect just as Olivia unleashes the Z move Continental Crush. Thanks to Protect, Mistral takes reduced damage. Lycanroc follows up with another Rock Throw, and Mistral sets up Reflect to reduce further damage. After another Protect to stall, a few Smackdowns from Mistral finally defeats Lycanroc, conquering the second Grand Trial. Olivia shows us how to use the Z Crystal by flexing our muscles like a bodybuilder. The beach side of Hano Grand Resort, we found our next encounter, a Sandigas. I named her Collins. Back at the Kala outskirts, we unlocked more Pokemon QR codes to catch a Home Edge. We captured the Living Sword and named her Blade Wolf. We now arrive at the Aether Paradise to visit the President, Lusamine. We left at the Pokemon Sanctuary and proceed to Ula Ula Island. An unexpected battle with Hao begins as he sends out Alolan Raichu.
and I choose Sundowner. Alolan Raichu uses Quick Attack but Sundowner counters with Bite, activating Poison Touch. Thanks to the poison, Alolan Raichu falls quickly. Next up is Flareon, so Sundowner starts with Protect. Both Pokemon then exchange Fang attacks. But when Flareon tries Fire Fang again, Sundowner uses Protect, causing it to fail. I switch to Gemini, but unfortunately, Gemini gets hit by Fire Fang and is burned. Another Fire Fang hits, but Gemini retaliates with Rock Tomb, lowering Flareon's speed. I then switch to Monsoon, and thanks to its ability, Flash Fire, Monsoon is unaffected by Flareon's Fire Fang. Hao seems to forget the ghost types can't be hit by normal moves. And Monsoon lands a Hex. One more Hex finishes off Flareon. Brian enters the battle, so I send out Jetstream Sam. Hao uses the Z move Hydro Vortex, but it doesn't face Jetstream Sam. Sam then lands a Leech Seed, and Brian counters with Bubble Beam. It also activates Sam's Citrus Berry. Sam uses Protect, and on the next turn, a Giga Drain hits Brian, followed up by another Bubble Beam. A second Giga Drain knocks out Brian, securing the victory. We meet Hapu again and say our farewells. Afterwards, we enter the library and meet Ace Rolla. With a new level cap, Raiden evolves into a Magneton. Molayne is up for a battle, so he sends out Skarmory, and I opt for Raiden. Raiden attacks with Electro Ball, while Skarmory counters with Air Cutter. Molayne heals Skarmory, but one more Electro Ball from Raiden finishes it off. Next, Dog Trio enters the field and I switch to Jetstream Sam, who gets hit by a painful Metal Claw, nearly knocking him out. Sam eats his Citrus Berry and uses Protect to stall for a moment. I then switch to Monsoon to dodge a predicted Metal Claw, but instead, Molayne surprises us with a Mud Bomb. It's like Molayne is reading our mind. I then send out Mistral, who manages to dodge a quad-effective Metal Claw. Dog Trio attempts another Mud Bomb, but it's not enough as Mistral sets up Reflect. Then switch to Gemini, who gets hit by Metal Claw. Dog Trio goes for a Sucker Punch, but Gemini lands a super effective Brick Break, defeating Dog Trio. Molayne's last Pokemon is Metang. Metang uses the priority move Bullet Punch, which is super effective, while Gemini responds with an ineffective Tearful Look. It is because Metang's Clear Body ability. As I switch to Sundowner, Metang hits with Pursuit. Sundowner retaliates with a Stab super effective Bite. Another Pursuit, followed by a Bite from Sundowner, bringing Metang to the red. A Bullet Punch from Metang and one last Bite from Sundowner ends the battle. Who would name their kid Sophocles? For our next trial, we have to answer quizzes in the dark, while Totem Pokemon slowly approaches. After answering the final question, the facility lights up and we face the Totem Pokemon, Totem Vikavolt. Totem Vikavolt begins by boosting his stats, as I send out Gemini. Totem Vikavolt begins with Charge, and Gemini hits with a Stab super effective Rock Tomb, and also lowering its speed. An ally Charjabug enters the fray. With speed lowered, Gemini manages to outspeed with Rock Tomb. Totem Vikavolt hits with a Spark and a Thunder Wave from the Charjabug. I then sent out Mistral, who got hit by Sparks, also paralyzing Mistral. A Spark from Charjabug and a Smackdown destroys the Totem Pokemon. I then switch to Monsoon to defeat the allied Charjabug. The Greek philosopher shows us how to use the Z Crystal with the Kamehameha pose. At the Outer Cape, we got a trash. I mean literally a trash, a Trubbish, and I named her Emerich. We face Guzma as he sends out Golisopod and I choose Jetstream Sam. Sam uses Protect to dodge the first impression, but Golisopod opts for Swords Dance. Sam counters with Charm to negate the effects of Swords Dance, and Golisopod strikes with Razor Shell. Sam then uses Leech Seed while Golisopod goes for another Swords Dance. After another Charm, Golisopod lands a critical hit with Razor Shell, which also lowers Sam's defense. Sam tries another Charm, but Golisopod's Razor Shell drops Sam's defense further. Sam uses Protect, and thanks to Leech Seed, Golisopod is forced to retreat. Ariados comes out and I switch to Raiden, who gets hit by Fell Stinger. Ariados then uses Sucker Punch, but Raiden counters with Electro Ball. After another Sucker Punch, Raiden's Electro Ball takes down Ariados. Golisopod returns, I send out Gemini to tank the incoming first impression from Golisopod. As I expected, Gemini to outspeed, I was mistaken. Golisopod defeats Gemini with Razor Shell. Rest easy, buddy. Raiden steps back in and takes out Golisopod with an Electro Ball, taking the win. We cross paths with Hapu, who gives us a Mudsdale Pager. By using the Mudsdale Pager, we can now cross jagged rocks. At Blush Mountain, we find the Sunstone, which allows us to evolve Jetstream Sam into a Whimsicott. Next we head to our trial, where we explore a haunted supermarket to capture photos of a Ghastly,
a Hunter, and a Gengar. Inside one of the rooms, we notice numerous pictures of a Pikachu. It's here that we encounter the next Totem Pokemon, Totem Mimikyu. Totem Mimikyu boosts all of its stats, and it's up to Jetstream Sam to take the lead. Thanks to Sam's Prankster ability, he outspeeds with Charm, lowering Mimikyu's attack. Totem Mimikyu responds with Play Rough, and Haunter descends to assist Totem Mimikyu. Sam plants a Leech Seed on Mimikyu, while Totem Mimikyu uses Mimic, and Haunter goes for Lick. Sam uses Protect to stall, and on the next turn, he lands another Charm to further lowering Mimikyu's attack. Both enemies miss their attacks. Sam stalls again with Protect, then follows up with another Charm. This time, Totem Mimikyu connects with Play Rough and Haunter lands a Hypnosis, putting Sam to sleep. Sam was prepared with a Chesto Berry. Sam goes for Protect again, then lands one final Charm on Totem Mimikyu, reducing its attack to almost nothing. With Mimikyu's attack now severely weakened, its move barely tickles, while Haunter struggles to do any significant damage. The same strategy continues over the following turns. With Leech Seed slowly draining Mimikyu's health, Sam also plants Leech Seed on Haunter, while Totem Mimikyu tries Play Rough and Haunter uses Nightshade. Eventually, Totem Mimikyu succumbs to the Leech Seed. I then send out Sundowner to deal with Haunter, and with that, we conquer Acerola's trial. To use the Z Crystal, we must pretend to be a ghost to use it. What's that over there? Another fight with Plumeria begins as she sends out Golbat, and I choose Raiden. Golbat outspeeds with Confuse Ray, but thanks to Raiden's Person Berry, he shakes off the confusion. Raiden follows up with Thunder Wave. With Golbat paralyzed, Raiden delivers a stab super effective Electro Ball, knocking out Golbat. Next, Salazzle steps in and I switch to Monsoon. Salazzle uses Toxic, but Monsoon counters with Psychic. Salazzle strikes with Dragon Rage, triggering Monsoon's Citrus Berry. However, one more Psychic from Monsoon finishes off Salazzle. We must rescue the kids Yungoos from Team Skull at Po Town. Inside this room, we found Guzma and the kidnapped Yungoos. We challenge Guzma, who sends out Golisopod, and I go with Raiden. Raiden uses a super effective Electro Ball, bringing Golisopod down to the red and triggering its emergency exit ability. Guzma then sends out Ariados. Ariados sends a Sucker Punch and Raiden responds with Flash Cannon. After another Sucker Punch, Raiden eats his Citrus Berry and then finishes off Ariados with a second Flash Cannon. Finally, one more Electro Ball takes down Golisopod, securing the victory over Guzma. At level 38, Sundowner evolves into a Rainbow Muck. Back at the Aether House, Gladion arrives and challenges us to a battle. He sends out Golbat and I choose Raiden. Golbat hits with a weak Acrobatics, while Raiden counters with a Thunder Wave. Now outspeeding, Raiden delivers a stab super effective critical hit Electro Ball, taking down Golbat. Next, Snizzle enters the battle and uses Faint Attack, but one Flash Cannon from Raiden takes care of Snizzle. Then, Type Null steps onto the field. Raiden hits it with Thunder Wave, paralyzing Type Null and preventing it from attacking. Raiden follows up with Flash Cannon and Type Null responds with Crush Claw. I then switch to Jetstream Sam, who dodges another Crush Claw. Sam uses Charm to lower Type Null's attack and it remained paralyzed. After planting Leech Seed, Type Null manages to land a Crush Claw. Sam uses Giga Drain and Leech Seed took care of it. Before leaving with Hao and Gladion, Nanu arrives and reveals himself as the Ula Ula Island Kahuna. Unfortunately, I decline his offer for a battle, because we're not prepared yet. It's time to face Nanu, who specializes in Dark-type Pokemon. He sends out Sableye and I lead with Sundowner. Sundowner starts with Protect, and on the next turn he strikes with Crunch, lowering Sable's Ice defense and poisoning it thanks to Poison Touch. Sableye counters with Power Gem. Nano uses a full heal, but Sundowner finishes off Sableye with another Crunch. Next up is Krokorok, and Sundowner gets intimidated. I switch to Jetstream Sam and Krokorok hits with Earthquake. Sam uses Protect. Now here's where it gets funny. I kept using Leech Seed, completely ignoring the fact that Dark-type Pokemon aren't affected by it. Realizing my mistake, Sam then obliterates Krokorok with a one-hit KO Giga Drain. Alolan Persian enters the battle and Sam uses Protect. I continue using Giga Drain and eventually Nano uses a Hyper Potion on Alolan Persian. Sam responds with a critical hit Giga Drain. And after Persian retaliates with Power Gem, one more Giga Drain secures our victory over the third Kahuna. Hao arrives and it's time to head to Aether Foundation. There we battle Faba and his minions. Monsoon evolves into a Lampet at level 42. Geez, Unova Pokemon sure do evolve late. Outside, we encounter members of Team Skull, realizing that Aether Foundation is using them to do their dirty work. Gladion loses his battle to Guzma, so it's up to us to step up. Golisopod enters the fray and Raiden responds. Raiden KOs Golisopod with a Discharge.
Next up is Pinsir, so I send out Monsoon, who now has a newfound power. Pinsir tries to use Brick Break but fails to deliver. Pinsir follows up with X-Scissor, but Monsoon destroys Pinsir with a Flame Burst. Ariados comes out and expecting a Shadow Sneak. They switch to Raiden but get hit by Sucker Punch instead. A failed Sucker Punch allows Raiden to paralyze Ariados with Thunder Wave. Another Sucker Punch lands but Raiden responds with Discharge, sending Ariados to the red. After one more Sucker Punch, Raiden finishes off Ariados with a final Tri attack. Lastly, Masquerain comes out and nearly knocks out Raiden with Bug Buzz, but Raiden retaliates with one discharge taking down Masquerain. President Lusamine unleashes the Ultra Breeze across the Alola region. Hala encounters a mosquito on steroids, and one of the Guardians step in to face the muscular bug. The Guardians from the other islands mobilizes to face the incoming threat. We must stop President Lusamine from her wrongdoings. The battle begins with Clefable versus Raiden. Raiden outspeeds and hits with Flash Cannon, while Clefable's Moonblast proves ineffective. One more Flash Cannon takes down Clefable. Lusamine then sends out Beware, so I switch to Monsoon. However, Lusamine switches to Milotic, and Monsoon responds with Will-O-Wisp, burning Milotic. Jetstream Sam comes out and Milotic attacks with Hydro Pump. Sam stalls with Protect, while Milotic uses Safeguard. Sam then uses Giga Drain, followed by another Hydro Pump from Milotic. After another Protect to stall, one final Giga Drain takes down Milotic. Next, Lusamine sends out Miss Magius, so I switch to Mistral, who gets hit by Power Gem. Miss Magius follows up with Shadow Ball, bringing Mistral down to yellow HP, activating her Citrus Berry. Mistral lands a Toxic on Miss Magius. Mistral uses Protect to stall, and then switch to Sundowner, who gets hit by Mystical Fire. Another Mystical Fire follows, but Sundowner takes out Miss Magius with a Crunch. Beware returns to the battle, and I sent out Monsoon. Without attacking moves, Beware uses Baby Doll Eyes, while Monsoon counters with Will-O-Wisp. It only takes 2 psychic attacks from Monsoon to defeat Beware. Lusamine's last Pokemon is Lilligant. Lilligant hits with a powerful Petal Dance, bringing Monsoon to yellow HP, even though Monsoon resists Grass-type moves. Monsoon ends the fight with a stab super effective Flame Burst, defeating Lusamine. After the battle, Collins evolved into a Palossand. The next day, we were greeted by Wiki. What, no breakfast? Lily takes off her hat, declaring that she has changed. Her big brother Gladion hands us a Master Ball. Our next stop is Pony Island. During our exploration, we encounter the living anchor, Delmise, which we catch it with a timer ball and name it Senator Armstrong. In the Pony Wilds, we find a Dusk Stone. With this stone in our hands, we can evolve Monsoon into a Chandelure. By defeating the native dancer and her Oricorius, we earn a Focus Sash. Thanks to Hapu's mother, we now have access to Machamp's strength to help us navigate obstacles. You know, Game Freak, it would be way cooler to ride on Machamp's shoulders, right? Inside the ruins of Hope, we find Hapu, who declares that she is now the Island Kahuna of Pony Island. Next, we head to Executor Island to retrieve the Sun Flute. Before entering the vast Pony Canyon, a mob of Team Skull members blocks our path. After defeating them, Lumeria gives us a Poisonium Z Crystal. Before entering the canyon, we face the new Kahuna, Hapu, and her ground-type Pokemon. Hapu sends out Dogtrio and I lead with Monsoon. Dogtrio outspeeds and hits Monsoon with Earthquake. Thankfully, I equip Monsoon with a Focus Sash, though I momentarily forgot it's a one-time use item. Despite this, Monsoon retaliates and takes down Dogtrio with Flame Burst. Next up is Mudsdale, so I switch to Senator Armstrong. Mudsdale hits with Tectonic Rage, but Senator Armstrong holds on. The Senator counters with Giga Drain, while Mudsdale uses Heavy Slam, bringing the Senator down to yellow HP and activating his held Citrus Berry. One more Giga Drain from the Senator defeats Hapu's East Pokemon. Flygon is next, it outspeeds with Dragon Breath, paralyzing Senator Armstrong. The Senator responds with a Metal Sand, lowering Flygon's special defense. I then switch to Jetstream Sam to avoid another Dragon Breath. Sam plants a Leech Seed, while Flygon hits with Earth Power. Interestingly, Hapu's Flygon only knows 2 moves. Sam uses Protect to gain healing from leftovers and Leech Seed, then strikes with Giga Drain, bringing Flygon down to red HP. After Hapu uses a Hyper Potion, Sam uses Giga Drain again, bringing Flygon to yellow HP. And one more Giga Drain finishes the job. Finally, it only takes 2 Giga Drains to take down Hapu's last Pokemon, Gastrodon, and for that we have won the battle. By leveling up Raiden in the Vast Pony Canyon, he evolves into a Magnezone. Deep inside Vast Pony Canyon, our trial begins by defeating Pseudo Dragons of Alola.
Totem Kumo-o powers up, and it's Monsoon's turn to face it. Totem Kumo-o outspeeds with changing scales, but Monsoon counters with Psychic, bringing Totem Kumo-o down to yellow HP. It then calls an ally Pokemon Scissor. Totem Kumo-o uses changing scales again, but Monsoon destroys Totem Kumo-o with one last Psychic. However, in a shocking twist, Scissor manages to knock out Monsoon with a super effective Pursuit. I sent out Raiden to finish the battle. He took out Blade Wolf, now as a Dowblade, as Monsoon's replacement. Time to have a duet with Lily as we awaken the ancient machine that brings life back to Nebby the Cosmog, allowing him to evolve into a Space Lion Soul Galeo. With the help of Nebby, we enter the Ultra Space to find Lily's mom, Lusamine. We encounter the President as she fuses with Naya Helgo to turn into a monstrous abomination. We face the psychotic mother and her power-up Clefable. And it's time for Blade Wolf's debut. Clefable outspeeds with Moonblast, while Blade Wolf sets up Swords Dance. Clefable then hardens with Cosmic Power, and Blade Wolf responds with Gyro Ball. Another Moonblast brings Blade Wolf to the yellow, activating her Citrus Berry. Blade Wolf then continues with another Gyro Ball. To finish off Clefable, Blade Wolf uses a priority Shadow Sneak. Miss Magius enters the fray, but it only takes one Shadow Sneak from Blade Wolf to defeat it. Next up is Milotic, so I switch to Jetstream Sam. Milotic uses Safeguard. Sam follows up with Giga Drain, while Milotic counters with Hydro Pump. Giga Drain brings Milotic to yellow, but Milotic uses Recover. Another exchange of Giga Drain and Recover ensues. Finally, I land a Leech Seed and Milotic uses Recover again. Restore with Protect and Milotic sets up Safeguard. Giga Drain hits and Milotic's Hydro Pump misses. A final Giga Drain takes out Milotic. Beware enters the battlefield, Sam uses Charm, and Beware retaliates with Pain Split. I plant Leech Seed and Beware responds with another Pain Split. After another jump to lower Beware's attack, it keeps using Pain Split. I stall with Protect, then I switch to Sundowner, who gets hit by Pain Split. Sundowner uses Protect to heal from Leech Seed, but I then switch to Raiden, only for Raiden to get hit by Pain Split. A discharge from Raiden finally KOs Beware. Last is Lilligant. Lilligant uses a powerful Petal Dance, bringing Raiden to yellow HP, which activates his Citrus Berry, but Raiden's Thunder Wave misses. Another Petal Dance nearly takes out Raiden, but he manages to paralyze Lilligant with a Thunder Wave. Sam enters the battle and gets hit by a painful Petal Dance. Sam counters with Protect and I switch to Sundowner. Luckily, Lilligant is paralyzed. On the next turn, Lilligant attempts to use Leech Seed, but Sundowner defeats it with a stab super effective Poison Jab. Thanks to Nebby, we defuse Lusamine to the jellyfish parasite and she comes back to her senses. And that marks the end of Aether Foundation's saga. We now face Nebby the Soul Galeo, and no more jokes this time as I use the Master Ball on it. We caught it and his name is Sun Nebby. Back at the haunted supermarket, we caught a Klefki, and I named him Revolver Ocelot. Granted entrance in Mount Lanakila, we saw Gladion with a dramatic entrance. The final battle between me and Gladion begins with Crobat vs Mistral. Crobat starts with Cross Poison while Mistral sets up Stealth Rocks. Mistral then uses Protect to heal with Leftovers. After another Cross Poison from Crobat, Mistral sets up Reflect. I switch to Raiden, who tanks a quad-resisted Acrobatics from Crobat, and then defeats it with Discharge as Lucario comes out. Mistral returns to the battlefield, but Lucario hits it with Aura Spear. I switch to Blade Wolf, baiting Lucario into using Corkscrew Crash. Lucario then tries Metal Claw, but Blade Wolf responds with a super effective Brick Break, and one final Shadow Sneak takes down Lucario. Silvally in its Fire-type form enters the battle. I switch to Sundowner, who gets hit by Crunch. Sundowner uses Protect to stall. Silvally then hits Sundowner with multi-attack, bringing Sundowner to yellow HP and activating his held Citrus Berry. Sundowner retaliates with Poison Jab. Another multi-attack lands and one last Crunch knocks out Silvally. Gladion sends out Weavile and I switch to Blade Wolf, who takes a nice shard. I then switch to Raiden, who gets hit by a predicted Night Slash. After another Night Slash from Weavile, Raiden took out Weavile with a Flash Cannon, winning the battle. We reach the summit of Mount Lanakila where we face our rival in a final showdown. Hao kicks off the battle with Alolan Raichu, and I send out the Senator. Alolan Raichu outspeeds with Psychic, but the Centaur responds with Phantom Force, sneaking up behind Alolan Raichu and taking it out. Next up is Flareon, so I switch to Mistral. Flareon hits with Flare Blitz, but Mistral uses Protect to stall. Flareon attempts a Charm, but it fails thanks to Mistral's clear body. Flareon manages to dodge a Toxic, but after another Flare Blitz, the Toxic finally lands. I use the good old Toxic stall strategy to defeat Flareon. Komala comes out and I sent in Jetstream Sam. Komala hits Sam with Wood Hammer, but with a combination of Leech Seed, Charm, Protect, and Giga Drain, we manage to defeat Komala. House Ace, Primarina enters the battle. I plant a Leech Seed, but Primarina hits with a powerful Moonblast, sending Sam into the red and lowering his special attack. I stall with Protect, then I switch to Raiden, who tanks another Moonblast. Raiden outspeeds Primarina and takes it down with a Discharge, defeating Hao and bringing the battle to a close. The journey is about to reach its climax, and here is our final team to face the Elite Four. Our first challenge is with Hala and his team of fighting-type Pokemon. Hala sends out Hariyama and I lead with Jetstream Sam. Sam uses Protect to avoid fake-out damage. Next, the Stall Master Sam employs his signature moves, and thanks to Hariyama's close combat lowering its defense, we manage to take it out with a Giga Drain. Abominable comes out, anticipating an Ice Hammer. I switch to Raiden. The Ice Hammer lands, dealing a decent amount of damage. Expecting a fighting-type move, I switch to the Senator, and Hala uses a Z move but it fails. I then switch to Blade Wolf, who takes an Ice Hammer. Blade Wolf sets up Sword Stance, but Crabominable lands another Ice Hammer. Blade Wolf raises its speed with Automatize. Blade Wolf then uses Iron Head to take down Crabominable. Primeape is up next and hits Blade Wolf with a super effective pursuit, bringing her into the red. But one Iron Head defeats the Angry Monkey. Beware enters the battle, so I sent out Jetstream Sam again. Sam gets hit by Brutal Swing, but due to his Stall Master reputation, he employs his tactics to defeat Beware. Poliwrath meets the same fate, falling to Sam's stall tactics. The next Elite Four challenge is with Olivia, Miss Alola, with her rock types. She sends out Relicanth and I opt for the Senator. Relicanth outspeeds with a Yawn, Senator misses a Power Whip. Relicanth strikes with Ancient Power and one Power Whip defeats Relicanth. Olivia's Ace, Lycanroc Midnight form enters the battle. Jetstream Sam enters the battle and got hit by Crunch. Sam uses Protect to dodge a Stone Edge. Charm lowers Lycanroc's attack as Lycanroc responds with a Continental Crush. Sam plants a Leech Seed and a Stone Edge hits Sam. A Protect from Sam, Charm from Sam, and a Rock Climb confuses Sam. Due to confusion, I sent out Mistral, who got hit by a Rock Climb. Mistral sets up Stealth Rock and Lycanroc fails to deliver a counter. I then switch to Blade Wolf, Lycanroc uses Crunch and a Sword Stance from Blade Wolf. Another Crunch and another Sword Stance. Olivia uses a full Restore and another Sword Stance to max the attack. The Shadow Sneak to send it to the yellow and the Crunch on Blade Wolf. One last Shadow Sneak defeats Lycanroc. One Iron Head takes out Probopass, Alolan Golem, and Carbink to defeat Miss Alola. We face off against the Master of the Skies, Kahili, and her team of Flying-type Pokemon. The battle kicks off with Skarmory vs Raiden. Skarmory outspeeds and sets up spikes, while Raiden responds with a powerful discharge, bringing Skarmory down to sturdy. Kahili uses a full restore and Raiden's attempted Thunder Wave fails to connect. Skarmory sets up another layer of spikes, but this time Raiden's discharge not only deals significant damage, but also manages to paralyze Skarmory. Follow-up Flash Cannon from Raiden finishes off Skarmory. Mandibuzz is up next and surprises us with a well-placed Bone Rush. Raiden counters with Discharge, but it's not enough to take down Mandibuzz. I decide to switch to the Senator, but Mandibuzz hits with another Bone Rush upon entry. Expecting Mandibuzz to prioritize Flatter, I kept the Senator in and used Anchor Shot, hoping it will be sufficient. But it's not enough. Kahili uses a full restore and then the Senator ends up hitting himself in confusion. I then switch to Mistral, who tanks a Brave Bird from Mandibuzz. Mistral uses Protect to regain some health with leftovers, and on the next turn, lands a successful Toxic. Mandibuzz responds with Flatter, but Mistral sets up Reflect to mitigate incoming physical damage. After enduring another Brave Bird and setting up Stealth Rock, we stall out the remaining turns until Mandibuzz succumbs to poison. Crobat enters the battle, so I sent out Blade Wolf. Crobat connects with a Supersonic, causing Blade Wolf to hit herself after taking an Air Slash. Attempting a Shadow Sneak results in another self-hit, and Crobat continued Air Slashes, bringing Blade Wolf into the red. After activating his Citrus Berry, Blade Wolf still struggles. So I decide to switch in Sundowner. Sundowner takes an Air Slash upon entry but uses Protect. Another Air Slash forces Sundowner to consume his own Citrus Berry. Sundowner retaliates with a Crunch, lowering Crobat's defense. Sundowner dodges a Supersonic and lands a final Crunch, defeating Crobat. Kahili's Ace, Toe Cannon, comes out next. Sundowner uses Protect to scout Tokanon's move, and Tokanon unleashes its powerful Supersonic Sky Strike. Anticipating another strong move, I switch to Mistral, who gets hit by Beak Blast upon entry. Mistral uses Protect to recover some health, and her initial Toxic attempt misses. After another Protect, Toxic finally lands, starting the slow drain on Tokanon's health. Tokanon continues with Beak Blast, but we manage to stall effectively, until Tokanon is finally taken down. Kahili's last Pokemon is Oricorio, who takes significant damage from Stealth Rock upon entry. Oricorio attacks with Air Slash and Mistral responds with yet another Toxic. Utilizing the tried and true Toxic Stall method, we wear down Oricorio until it faints, defeating Kahili. Last but not least, we face the happy-go-lucky Ace Rolla and her team of Ghost-type Pokemon. The battle kicks off with Sableye against Mistral. Sableye starts with Fake Out, flinching Mistral. It then uses Confuse Ray, but Mistral sets up Stealth Rock. Sableye goes for Shadow Claw, and Mistral counters with Toxic, followed by Protect to stall. I then switch to Sundowner, who takes a Shadow Claw from Sableye. Sundowner uses Protect to stall, and when Sableye tries to use Confuse Ray, Sundowner's Person Berry cures the confusion. Sundowner finishes Sableye off with a Crunch. Palossand comes out, so I switch to Jetstream Sam, and Palossand uses Iron Defense. Sam plants a Leech Seed, but Palossand hits back with a hard-hitting Shadow Ball, sending Sam into the yellow, activating his Citrus Berry to heal. Sam uses Protect to stall, and I then switch to Mistral, who takes a critical hit Shadow Ball. Mistral uses Protect to regain some health. I bring back Sam back in, who resists an Earth Power. One last Giga Drain defeats the living Sandcastle. Next up is Frostlass. I switch back to Mistral, who dodges a Blizzard. Mistral then lands a Toxic after getting hit by a Confuse Ray. Mistral avoids another Blizzard and then sets up Light Screen. I then summon Blade Wolf, who takes a Blizzard hit. Blade Wolf defeats Frostlass with priority Shadow Sneak. Dhelmise is up next, so I sent out Sundowner, who tanks a Shadow Ball but suffers a special defense drop. Sundowner outspeeds with a Crunch, lowering Dhelmise's defense and poisoning it with Poison Touch. Dhelmise responds with a Slam. Ace Rolla uses a full restore, but a high roll Crunch from Sundowner destroys the living anchor. Her last Pokemon is Drifiblim. Drifiblim uses Focus Energy, but a combination of Crunch and a Poison Touch from Sundowner defeats the living balloon. And that wraps up our battle with the Elite Four. At the top of the mountain, just as we're about to take our seat on the throne, Professor Kukui challenges us. One final challenge from the Professor to test our strength and see if we're truly worthy of becoming champion. The final battle begins with his Lycanroc against Jetstream Sam. Sam outspeeds with Charm, lowering Lycanroc's attack, while Lycanroc sets up Stealth Rock. Another Charm from Sam further reduces Lycanroc's attack, but Lycanroc manages to land the Stone Edge. Sam then plants Leech Seed and takes another Stone Edge from Lycanroc. After using Protect to stall, Sam follows up with the third Charm, weakening Lycanroc's Stone Edge even further. I then switch to Mistral, who tanks a Stone Edge. Lycanroc uses Accel Rock and Mistral responds by setting up Stealth Rock. After Lycanroc uses Crunch, Mistral sets up Reflect to further reduce incoming damage. Next, I switch to Blade Wolf, who takes an Accel Rock. Professor heals Lycanroc to full health, giving a Blade Wolf the opportunity to set up Swords Dance. Even Lycanroc's Crunch can't do much damage to Blade Wolf. Blade Wolf continues to boost its attack with Swords Dance, and its speed with Automatize. With Blade Wolf fully powered up, Lycanroc, Incineroar, Snorlax, and Magnezone all fall to jacked up Brick Bricks. Ironhead then takes out Braviary and Alola Ninetales, securing our victory and proving we're worthy of becoming champion. And that is how I easily beat the Pokemon Hardcore Nuzlocke using only Object Pokemons. This run really showcases how powerful setup moves can be in a Hardcore Nuzlocke, though these tactics wouldn't be as straightforward in VGC. Will I able to beat a Nuzlocke this easily again? We'll find out in the next run as I take on the Ultra versions of Sun and Moon in the next video.